The SSNIT statement, even though the statement fails to respond to the core issues, SSNIT did not respond to the issue of conflict of interest. They did not respond to the issue of abuse of process. The fact that lawyers of minority shareholders at Ridge Royal have protested, and they have now belatedly written to them and trying to make good the terms of the first April 1999 shareholders agreement. SSNIT evades all of those matters. The constitutional requirements under Article 78 and Article 98, SSNIT did not respond to any of those. But I am glad that if you read paragraphs 12 and 13 of the SSNIT statement, we shall be delving into these matters when Shraj really opens the investigations. If you look at paragraph 12, the management of SSNIT states, it was mentioned on the Metro TV discussion that the Commission on Human Rights and Administrative Justice, Shraj, has been petitioned to conduct a full-scale investigation into the sale of SSNIT hotels. 13. Given the impending investigation by Shraj, management of SSNIT will not comment further. SSNIT will cooperate fully with Shraj throughout its investigation process. So, from this statement, we get a commitment from Shraj that, from SSNIT, pardon me, that they will fully cooperate with the Shraj investigations. That is what they must do legally, and I am looking forward to meeting them at the Shraj investigations. Then significantly, it is now confirmed beyond any scintilla of doubt that organized labor do not and has not supported this transaction throughout the process. And indeed, if you read the statement at the briefing from the reps on the board to the leadership of organized labor, they stated emphatically, quote, the workers' representatives informed the leadership that they had collectively raised objections to the process and had advised that the process be halted. So this is not a matter of everybody agreeing, the key stakeholders, those who are reps of organized labor on the board, seeing nothing wrong, and that I am coming from outside and trying to create mischief. It is now settled beyond any iota of doubt that organized labor is vehemently and has always been vehemently opposed to this transaction. Of course, questions arise as to what options were available to organized labor, to their reps on the board. You heard the TUC Secretary General say that they didn't even know that the process was so far advanced that they thought that when they had asked at the board that the process be halted, they thought that it had been halted, and they were waiting for a meeting with the president. They had requested a meeting with the president. Indeed, I am aware that after this press conference, they sent a separate petition to the Jubilee House reminding the president of their demand for a meeting. Now, you heard organized labor at that press conference say that they have been concerned about a number of issues at SSNIT. During the week, I have been serializing further documents which should give credence to what organized labor is talking about and more. You know that my strategy has been never to put out all the documentations. There's still a lot more we'll be putting out in the coming days. And if you look at an earlier transaction, details of which I have put out, the 2022 purchase of Kumasi Catering Hotel by the Rock City Hotel,
Catering Guest House,
the Catering Guest House, which is now called the Grand Regency Hotel. So SSNIT has 25% shares in that hotel. I have, over the last few days, put out details of that transaction, the minutes, the final minutes of negotiations, dated 16th March 2022, the meeting chaired by Mr. Kofi Osafu-Mafu, Deputy Director General. And it's interesting, that virtually all the documentation I have from within SSNIT, Mr. Kofi Osafumafu is the one who's been leading all of this.
In charge of investigation.
Yes, and he appears really trigger happy about these transactions, and is now set to seal the deals as the Director General, with his boss having been disgracefully removed. Now, if you look at the facts of the 2022 transaction, you see that the 25% shares of SSNIT, valued at 8.6 million, that is not the value that Rock City bought it at.
How?
From the minutes, and indeed I have the final confirmation, the payment from Rock City.
The evaluation was done in cedis.
It was done in cedis, yes.
Okay.
Now, if you read the 16th March 2022 minutes carefully, you see that Mr. Kofi Osafumafu reveals that their independent valuers have brought their figure of the 25% shares. It's 8.6 million. Then, during the meeting, they indicate that they would like to peg that figure to the dollar because of how the currency is depreciating. Rock City refused. They then also said that, why not make sure that payments are done according to the prevailing exchange rate? Rock City refused. If you read the minutes, it's as though Rock City was the one calling the shots. Now, what is shocking is that eventually they allow Rock City to agree to pay 7.4 million. So ab initio, Ghanaian workers, SSNIT, loses 1.2 million. Because 8.6 million.
But did the minutes tell you why they agreed on a figure below the valuation figure?
The minutes, as I have indicated, you see Rock City just really calling the shots. Say, no, we don't like this. We won't do this. We will not accept this. Take, for example, Mr. Chum's insistence that they peg this to the dollar. And Mr. Samuel A. Chum is General Manager, Investment and Development, SSNIT. Page 2 of the minutes provides. Mr. Chum followed with a suggestion that the sale price should have been in United States dollars and pegged at the current dollar rate to the cedi. This was declined by the Rock City team. He further insisted on his earlier submission, arguing that the Rock City Ghana makes an offer in US dollars. This was again declined.
That's negotiation. Everybody's seeking their interest.
Yeah, good. So who is seeking the interest of workers? And
SSNIT.
who is
SSNIT should be.
And why should SSNIT not be insistent? So when we make the case that, looking at the track record, the unholy alliance between SSNIT and Rock City, we don't have confidence that there will even be value for money, apart from the fact that fundamentally Rock City, the Honorable Champo, should be nowhere near this transaction. I have always maintained, and you know, for more than 60 years, that ministers of state, public officials, should not partake in the sale of government assets, of state assets. I've always maintained. The records at the Supreme Court is clear. Always maintained. And look, civil society organizations, I have heard Professor Yanka, I've heard Professor Ajimandia, virtually everybody who has spoken on this matter say that it is wrong. It's wrong. Public officials, ministers of state should go nowhere near these transactions. And look, it is not for just cosmetic reason. It wasn't for just cosmetic reason that in our constitution, Article 78, Article 98, MPs, ministers of state, you need permission from the speaker if you want to hold office of profit, if you want to engage in transactions of this nature. So the afterthought now that, oh, I'm a non-executive director, makes no difference.
Maybe let's leave that to Shraj.
Yeah, so Shraj will determine. But it makes no difference. Look, you are the sole beneficial owner. You are the sole shareholder. I mean, when Rock City makes profit, where does it go to? Where do the profits go to? So these claims don't hold water. And if you look at what happened at the Grand Regency Hotel in Kumasi, we are absolutely convinced that there will be no value for money in this transaction, apart from all the other fundamental and constitutional issues we have raised. Then I have also, in the course of the week, put out a lot more intercepted documents. I have put out very shocking details about how the transaction advisor was selected and the cost to SSNIT. You have seen that document. So the transaction advisor is SEM Capital. And by a letter from the Central Tender Review Committee dated 24th December 2019, the Central Tender Review Committee writes, the committee acknowledges receipt of SSNIT's response in a revised evaluation report addressing the issue raised. Based on documentation presented to the committee, concurrent approval is hereby granted SSNIT to engage the recommended tenderer, Messrs. SEM Capital, at a contract price of $491,986 United States dollars, inclusive.
Why is this contract indexed in dollars?
Great question. So when SSNIT is engaging others, is going to pay a transaction advisor, they are paying in dollars. When Brad Champon is coming to buy their hotel, they sell it in cedis. That one, as soon as Brad Champon refuses, I'm not paying you in dollars. They say, okay, we beg you, sorry for raising it. You pay in cedis.
I mean, even index in dollar payable in cedis.
Yes. No, they didn't. They said no, we are not indexing. And yet, the same deal, you are paying the transaction advisor in dollars. And look at the quantum. SSNIT that claims that we are struggling, we are in financial difficulty. I've spoken to many experts. They say that, look, this tops should not go beyond $100,000. Many experts, $50,000 to $100,000. Only this morning on my way here, I listened to lawyer Senanu, who co-chairs the Civil Society Coalition against corruption. He said he's been doing this. He's a known transaction advisor. To him, he will not charge anything beyond
$500,000.
Yes, and yet SSNIT is happy.
Did he apply?
Well, he didn't say if he applied. No. He didn't say. But whether he applied or not, we should be concerned. You are allowing others to deal with you in cedis. As soon as they say objection, you apologize, you drop it. They are paying you in cedis. And even that paying in installments, we are getting no value. See how fast the cedi depreciates. And then $500,000 in US dollars. But you see, that is not all. If you pay careful regard to these Central Tender Review documents I have put out, there's a very interesting development. So when SSNIT sent the evaluation report to the Central Tender Review Committee, the review committee, signed by David Quist, 20th December 2019, sends this response. All-in consultancy services for a transaction advisor for SSNIT divestiture of its hotels in Ghana. Please refer to the letter number PMSSA 036 and dated 12 December 2019, which was submitted on the above subject. The committee at its 63rd sitting on Thursday, 19 December 2019, reviewed the Social Security and National Insurance Trust evaluation report and notes the failure of one evaluation panel member to sign the report. SSNIT is hereby requested to ensure that the panel member signs the report as a condition for granting concurrent approval. Signed, David Quist. So I'm still.
Was this done?
Yes, it was done later on, and then they came for. But the question is, why did this panel member refuse to sign?
But you say he subsequently signed.
No, they went back and presented another evaluation report. So we are looking for this panel member who did not sign and who refused to sign. We are looking for him or her. So a lot of strange things are happening at SSNIT. Very, very strange things. Now, I have also put out during this week further documentation. You see, in the SSNIT statement that they put out on the 19th of May, SSNIT left out a very vital information when they stated the chronology. SSNIT concealed from the Ghanaian public that they have asked the transaction advisor to grant Rock City unfettered access to the hotels. Let me read 1st November 2023. This is addressed to the Chief Executive Officer, Golden Beach Hotels, Ghana. And the Golden Beach Hotels are La Palm and then Elmina. Attention, Nana Dumtie Onwona Kwache. Dear Madam, due diligence by Rock City Hotel. This is to bring to your attention that Rock City Hotel has been selected as a preferred strategic investor for La Palm Royal Beach Hotel and Elmina Beach Resort. As part of the negotiation process, Rock City Hotel is required to conduct a final due diligence on La Palm Royal Beach Hotel and Elmina Beach Resort. Rock City Hotel's due diligence request list has been attached. The names and contact details of Rock City's hotel representatives are, and it provides them Jessica Krenzel, Anita Buachi, Louisa Okai. Please assist them accordingly. Counting on your usual cooperation. Thank you. Yours faithfully. This is signed by Ebenezer Barnes, transaction advisor for SSNIT. 7th December 2023, Rock City then writes to these hotel managers. Due diligence by Rock City Hotel for strategic investment. We are pleased to inform you that Rock City has been selected as a preferred strategic investor for La Palm Royal Beach Hotel and Elmina Beach Resort. We are enthusiastic about the prospect of a successful partnership and believe that our strategic partnership will yield mutual benefits. As we move forward with the negotiations, one crucial step in the process is to conduct a final due diligence on La Palm Royal Beach Hotel and Elmina Beach Resort. The purpose of this due diligence is to ensure that both parties have a comprehensive understanding of the current operational, financial, and legal status of the hotels. Upon receipt of the required documents, our team of experts will conduct a thorough review, which may include but will not be limited to financial records, operational procedures, and legal documentation, to facilitate a smooth and efficient due diligence process. We kindly request your cooperation in providing the necessary information as well as access to relevant personnel, counting on your usual cooperation. Thank you. So, whilst at the board, organized labor, all their reps have said, halt the process. We have concerns. Wait. You see, as recent as 7 December 2023, Rock City is engaging the management of these hotels, demanding documents, meeting their personnel. And SSNIT conceals this very important information from the Ghanaian public. When Ghanaians ask for full disclosure, do just that. Full disclosure. Don't conceal vital information. So, this information has been added to the Shraj petition to make the case that, look, this deal is being finalized. They are moving on. So, urgency is required. Look, it's been about a week. We broke this story here last Friday. All of us must be shell-shocked that a whole week, not a single statement from government on this matter, from the president.
Why must he speak?
Why shouldn't he?
SSNIT, the entity, has issued a statement.
It's not good enough.
And says it's going to cooperate with Shraj.
It is not good enough.
Should that not be enough?
It's not good enough. Look,
why?
Civil society organizations, the academia, former SSNIT director generals, all the experts who have spoken on this matter have said that the president must step in. Look, organized labor at their press conference, they didn't mince words. They said the president, these are all his appointees. As for SSNIT, they will continue to do what they want to do and will try to justify their actions. Who supervises? You are the boss. You are the president, commander-in-chief. These are all your agents and assigns. They act in your name. They just have delegated authority. And this is the president who told us that as for him, he will take very strong exception to people coming into his government and doing business. Have you forgotten? He said that those who want to do business, who want to make money, they should stay in the private sector. That's where money is made. Now your cabinet ministers, your appointees, are doing brisk business, fat business. They want all our hotels. And you are silent. You are quiet. It's been a week, and the president has not intervened in this matter.
Right.